crazy. It's crazy how it's almost over, man, for the season. But let's try to cash big for this week. Take it a week at a time. Also, I was able to fix my intro screen. Hopefully, it should be better from last week. Have no issues with the lagging, so we should be good this week. We should be good. Overall, we cashed real good last week. Hey, Pat said took last weekend off, but I'm back and ready. Yes, sir. Sometimes you gotta step away a little bit, you know. Sometimes you gotta do that. Yes, sir. We should be back. We should be right. Let me know if there's any lagging. You already know. Let's get right into it. You already know Mello. We're going to jump into it. Week 15. All right, we got a good one. I did some research, but got some good plays. We got a couple gems. And hopefully, everything correlates for the week. How's everybody's week going? I wanted to get into it today because I know we had a couple. I think it's a game this weekend. I think we got a game this weekend, so I think Saturday. So I wanted to get the stream out now. All right, pass everything good. All right, that's all that matters. All right. Let's jump into it, y'all. Let's get into the first play. We got quarterbacks. All right, we got quarterback spot. Okay, so we have Josh Allen. We're gonna pay up 8,200. He only had 22 last week. We thought that, just from the prior history playing at Kansas City, he'll do more damage. But, I mean, he still played well for a cash play. Still another cash spot going against Dallas. Playing at home, that's also another type of matchup where, Dallas, they're the team that, if they play at home, they're the team to be worried about. But they're playing on the road, and that's where you want to target Dallas, is on the road. So Josh Allen's playing at home. They give up around 200 passing yards a game, which is not that much. So that does help on the Dallas end. But I can see Josh Allen getting back in his stride. He's averaging 265 passing yards a game with 25 fantasy points so far into the season. He's averaging around 26 fantasy points at home. Definitely want to get some plays with Josh Allen. So I like this spot. 82 on Draftkings. I think it's too much on FanDuel. I think he's 9,000 on FanDuel. But he's one of those plays where he could definitely get a ceiling spot playing Dallas at home. Like I said, that's where you want to target Dallas, is on the road. So I'm going to go plug him in. Cash spot, Josh Allen. Yeah, I am surprised they have a game. I'm trying to figure out what game it is. Let me look into it and see what game is playing. Let's see, NFL Week 15 schedule. Okay, so we have Chargers tonight. Yeah, we got 3 games, I believe. We got Vikings and Bengals at 1. We have Steelers and... Am I tripping? Yes, Steelers and Colts, 4:30. And then we have the Broncos and Lions at 8:15. So we got 3 games on Saturday, y'all. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to get these games in now. I mean, get the stream in now. We got 3 games on Saturday, so we got a nice weekend of fun, Just try to cash it. We got a game tonight, and we got 3 games on Saturday night. And yeah, let's knock this out the park. You got 3 games, yep. All right, so I guess you want to play the opposite side if you want to go Dak. Um, Dak playing at Buffalo. I'm not too sure if I want to go that route. They don't allow much at home. They only allow an average 14 fantasy points to opposing QBs at home. He is averaging 269 passing yards a game. 22 fantasy points so far for the season, but he's only averaging almost 16 fantasy points on the road for Dak Prescott. So I'll say the pass, in my opinion, 8,000. I mean, you're looking at the game script. You're looking at a high implied total here at 50.5. So that's has to be the highest implied total for this matchup. So I guess you could go Dak for. Obviously, you could go Dak on the opposite side if they're more likely going to be trailing from behind. But I just don't trust Dak on the road. Let me see. Last time he played at Buffalo, this is his first time playing at Buffalo. When he played at home, that was in 2019. He had 27 fantasy points playing at home in 2019 against Buffalo, but he never played at Buffalo. So this is a different type of script. Obviously, they're looking at a high implied total in this matchup, but so far to the season, we know Dak is not as efficient on the road. I mean, he is a cash. I don't know. I can't even say cash, but I'm not gonna play him. I could see why people might play him. I mean, you got the whole stack with him and CD Lamb. I think he should bounce back in this type of matchup, but it's hard to trust Prescott on the road. Let's see how he played. So on the road, he had 6 against the Giants, 15 against Arizona. He had 7 against San Fran. He did have a 24 fantasy point game against the Chargers at LA. He did have that 31 fantasy point game against Philly. But we know that Philly gives up the pass, so that's expected. He only had 16 against Carolina, and that's one of those defenses you want to target, but he only has 16 playing at Carolina. But he's playing Buffalo. It's kind of tough for me to go this route. I'll just say he has a cash spot to consider with the high implied total, but I wouldn't have much exposure to Dak. I'm more likely to go Allen playing at home. I just think it's more of a statement game, in my opinion, for Allen. So that's how I kind of feel on that end. I do love Brock Purdy back at it. He's been crushing in the last 2 games. He had 25 or 33. Playing at Arizona, I think should be a great game for him. He didn't play at Arizona before. The last 2 times he played, he had a 19 and 21 in the last 2 games at home against Arizona. But I like the spot once again for him. I do like McCaffrey. I think you should plug in Debo once again here. I just think they're a great play overall. He's averaging 273 passing yards, 21 fantasy points for the season, at 6,800 on Draftkings. They did price him up. I think he's 84 on FanDuel. But yeah, I mean, going against Arizona, they allow an average 22 fantasy points playing at home to opposing QBs. So there's another spot where I do want to consider Brock Purdy at 6,800 on DraftKings. I'm going to plug him in. I'm going to go Purdy, GPPs. I think another spot to look at for value, I think we should go to Jordan Love at 62. And like I said, you have to target teams playing playing Tampa. And I think Jordan Love is in a great matchup playing Tampa. It was obviously his first time, but he's playing at home. I mean, he had 23 against the Chargers, 23 against the Chiefs at home, and he's playing Tampa, and this is one of those teams you have to have exposure to. They give up an average 281 passing yards to opposing QBs, around 25 fantasy points on the road to opposing QBs. So I definitely like some Jordan Love at 62. I definitely think you should have some stacks with Jordan Love here. I do like Romeo Dobbs, a nice little stack for Green Bay. Also, Kraft, the tight end, playing Tampa. We know Tampa gives up to the tight end spot, so Kraft could be a great play for value. So we got some great value with Green Bay. I do like the Green Bay stack. So playing at home should be a great game script for him. At 6,200, I think that's too cheap. He has 8,000 on FanDuel. I think it's a great spot overall for Jordan Love. Another play we should go is Stafford. He's finally getting his stride back, which is good to see. He had 24, 23, and 24 in the last 3 games. And going against Washington, they're one of the teams you want to definitely target against the pass attack. And we got some good plays. I got some good value spots for the Rams here. But yeah, Stafford's one of the guys you definitely want to take a look at. They're the Commanders, just a lot of crap going on with the defense. They're one of the worst teams in the pass attack. I think they're the bottom of the barrel. They're giving up around 278 passing yards a game, around 23 fantasy points to opposing QBs, 25 playing away. I believe they're away. I think the Rams at home. Yeah, so the Commanders are playing away as well. So Stafford should eat, and he's only 6,000. So I think it's a great play for value. Is Matthew Stafford. So definitely want to get some stacks with the Rams. So Stafford, 8,000. 6,000. Anybody I could look at under 6,000. Let's see. Maybe Kyler Murray at 64. On the opposite side of the game. They're looking at a minus 12.5 in this game script. This is what I like here. I think I'm done with the QBs. Pretty simple. We got 10 games, but pretty simple. Anybody, any questions? Any other quarterbacks want to look at? But let's try to pass through this, man. I think we have a good thought process how we should tackle this slate. But I'm pretty much done with QBs. But any questions in the chat, please let me know. My bad. I did play last week. I missed cashing by not much. I stacked Lamar and Odell. Evans killed my line. Yeah, man. OBJ was the play, y'all. He helped. He kept me afloat. Yeah, Evans, man. I can't blame Evans. It's one of those plays where you're just looking at what's his name, Baker Mayfield. It's hard to trust in the quarterback. Like for instance, like Thielen. I can't blame Thielen for having bad games when you got a quarterback that's. The offensive line is garbage, and obviously one of the worst teams in the league. It's hard to see Bryce Young struggle, but obviously it's going to affect the production to the receiver side of things. So I wouldn't be as critical on Evans. We all know he's one of the top receivers in the league, so it's just based on Baker and his decision making. But yeah, any other questions before we get into it? They ruled him out. Oh yeah, Evans, man. It's a lot of controversy when it comes to these refs, man. Their decisions. It's real controversial with these refs, man. Especially the whole call with Patrick Mahomes. He's tearing up the refs about Tony being offsides. Like, he's so used to being pampered. It's so funny watching him like complain because he's used to being pampered, and you don't realize like they won the Super Bowl every time they played. They had home field advantage. So the fact that they don't have a home field advantage, you know, the refs looking at them like a mediocre team right now. So the refs ain't gonna give them the calls that they used to have. So the refs are playing the game, man. They playing the script. We all know it, but the refs know that the Chiefs aren't that team no more right now. So they're not gonna give them. They're not gonna let that play slide. Like, I mean, obviously, if they were like a team, maybe 10-2, maybe something in that realm, I guarantee they would have let that slide. I guarantee it. The Chiefs controversy was no controversy. He was offsides, right? But my thing is that if if the Chiefs were in contention to have home field advantage, with that hype around them right now, I guarantee, the refs wouldn't call that. They would have let that slide if they were top notch right now. But as we see, with him in the press conference, how Mahomes is crying about the refs and talking about Kelsey's legacy and all that. It just shows how pampered he was, how soft he is right now. Cause he used to those calls. He's used to getting these calls, and now he's not getting them. So you're watching this guy melt right now about how they're playing. Um, Let me see if we got anybody else. I think I'm done with QBs. Let's go to the running backs. All right, let's go to running back. So we got Karen Williams. If you want to pay up 7,500, like I said, against Washington, they're giving up around 90 uh, running rushing yards, around 24 fantasy points to the position. He's averaging around 21 fantasy points, 10 touchdowns for the season, 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Karen Williams for his price point, I do love this spot. I think Karen Williams is a great play. He should be highly owned, but I definitely think it's a game script where obviously if we're looking at the game script of them, crushing the Commanders, they're gonna just look to run the ball, So I could see Karen Williams with a 100-yard bonus and a yard, maybe maybe 2 touchdowns, who knows? But I definitely see the game script going towards Karen Williams later in the game. But he could have a big game here. Williams ran well against Baltimore. Yeah, he had 17 against Baltimore. Was it Baltimore? He had 17 fantasy points. And that's one of the top defenses in the league. So the fact that he had 17 against Baltimore, we should definitely see a ceiling game against Washington. I mean, the last game he had a ceiling spot was against Arizona. He had 41 fantasy points that game. 2 touchdowns, 16 carries. So Karen Williams, I like this spot for him at 75. Let's plug him in here. Where's mine? There it is. I think Karen Williams, definitely cash. All right, next spot, of course, you got CMC against Arizona. We know Arizona's one of those teams you want to target against the run attack. They give up 120 rushing yards a game, over 33 fantasy points when playing at home. McCaffrey's balling, giving you average, I think, around 25 fantasy points a game. 17 touchdowns for the season is crazy. 17 touchdowns for the season, 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games. This definitely has his game script written all over it as well. I don't think Purdy has to do too much, but I definitely see like a passing and a rushing touchdown for McCaffrey here. I mean, he's 93 on DraftKings. He's 10,000. I think 10,500 on FanDuel. This is a crazy spot, but there's a lot. I mean, we could get value here. So we could get value where you could target like a McCaffrey. Like I said, you could put in a Stafford. I think where we could pay at QB is value. I mean, you got Purdy and Stafford around 6,000. All right. So, um, but yeah, I mean, you got value at quarterback, and then you may have to pay up at running backs this week. This might be the running back spot where we pay up here, but you got two good spots with Karen Williams and McCaffrey, and then we have to just target elsewhere. But of course, you got McCaffrey, great spot for cash. Okay, so we got Mostert. We gotta look at his um, we gotta look at his status, and he's questionable. I'm not sure why. So Achan, he has a toe injury. Mostert has a knee injury. Both missing from practice on Wednesday. Mostert continues to receive veteran rest days on Wednesday. Should be fine week 15 against the Jets. Okay, so we gotta look into Achan. I think if Achan plays, it'd be a nice value spot for him. They're calling high winds in this matchup. They say it's around 15 miles per hour winds in this spot. So obviously this would be a running game type of mindset. Looking into the stats with Tyreek Hill, I think they might be looking into being unique in the running game. So yeah, looking at 18 miles per hour wins in this matchup. So I do like Mostert if he playing. He has done well playing the Jets. And my thing about the Jets is that you don't target them at home. Like, they're playing away on the road. Zach Wilson had his little hip hip hooray last week. I don't see this happening against the Miami, playing at Miami. So yeah, let him have his fun last week, which it was due. Playing against Houston, Houston's team was was beaten up in the offense. Without Tank and Stroud got hurt. So obviously, he did what he should have done. He should have had the opportunity to take advantage of that, right? But going against this Miami defense, playing at home, he will have problems. Yeah, Miami running back situation is like picking your poison. Pick your poison, which is true. But if Achan plays, I'll more likely go Achan over Mostert. I think Mostert is a good spot, but 7,100, I'd rather pay to Karen Williams at 7,100. So if Achan is playing, then I might look at a value spot for Achan in this type of game script. I'm going to leave it alone right now. I'm going to just put him on my injury list for Achan. Obviously, if he's playing, I will have some value spots for him. I think he's a good value spot if he plays. Let me see where he's at. Yeah, I definitely will play him. I mean, he had 25 against the Commanders in Week 13. He had 12 against the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, so it's another spot where if he plays, I will definitely have some spots here for him. The Jets give up 103 rushing yards to the running backs, 24 fantasy points allowed, 28 when they're on the road. So I will have Achan. I'm sorry, I thought he was value. He's not even value. He's 7,200. Oh, it's definitely pick your poison here. It's definitely pick your poison. Oh man, I thought he was cheaper. He's more expensive than Mostert. What the hell? So just the game script alone, I will play Achan over Mostert. Wow, I thought he was cheap. I thought he was like at least 600, like 6,000, if anything. So, geez, 7,200. So they know something. They know something to price it up. So I'm gonna put him up there in cash. I mean, I'm not. It's hard to play Achan with, especially with a questionable tag like that. 72. He's over Mostert, but like you said, pick your poison with these two guys, but they're in a great spot playing at home in a a windy city. We got 18 miles per hour winds in this game script. So if you don't know, please mark that down in your notes or whatnot. 18 miles per hour is definitely something to be. You have to keep that in mind on that end. But yeah, Achan plays. I will get some looks for Achan over Mostert. I just think this game script is more so for him. Now we got Derrick Henry. This guy is in another matchup against Houston where we know for a fact he balls out against Houston. He's a guy you got to consider. He had 43, 22 in the last 2 games playing at home against Houston. And he's been tearing up lately. He's on a nice little incline playing at home. He's been a great spot. He had 20, 28, 18 in the last 3 games. I think you got to look at Henry for the ceiling that he could possess here. I would rather play Derrick Henry over Achan on Mostert. So just for he crushes. Yeah, Henry crushes Houston. He just knows when I play Houston, I'm gonna go ape shit against Houston. So like this spot for him. Henry definitely DPP mindset. Just for his price tag under 7,000, I think you have to play him with a great track record. Exactly, Pat. Great track record against Houston. I think you got to go this route. All right, hold on for a second. Let me get my daughter upstairs. I'll be back in a second. Mellow beat. Sorry about that. I'm by myself with 2 girls, so bear with me. Bear with me on this stream. I got 2 girls alone. All right. Yeah, then you gotta go Derrick Henry. You got Bijan Robinson playing Carolina. What? 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 I told y'all, man. It's gonna be tough. Sorry about that, Pat. Sorry about that, everybody. It's gonna be I thought it was gonna be a smooth one, man. But we're gonna make this work. Alright, so I'm looking at Bijan. He's only 68. Also in this game script, they said that at Carolina it's gonna be high winds. So I'm guessing there's a big wind font going on right now. They're looking at 18 miles per hour winds in this game. And Carolina, playing at Carolina, they give up 109 rushing yards. 109 rushing yards, 27 fantasy points to the position. He has 7 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games. I mean, obviously, it's one of those games where you want to target. I'm just not sure if I want to go this route. But I just feel like I like Air. I had Atlanta last week. Nice little DPP game script for them. They definitely helped me cash last week. Not sure if I want to go this route with them this week. Yeah, Carolina is basically a mess. That is true. I would say, just the game script alone. If it's high winds like they're saying it is, like 18 miles per hour winds, just like last game we mentioned with the Jets. They're talking about like high winds like this. Yes. What's going on? Give me the phone, please. So I'm gonna just say that Robinson just looked like he's in a good spot. Just with the game script. John Robinson, just for the game script, is something to look at. Yeah, it sounds like a running game in the Carolina with high winds. Yes, boo. Bring me the phone, please. I'm going to go do my stacks real quick. I think Rams is a good stack. You say hi.
Hi.
See, you know it's bad when you gotta give a kid a phone. Like it's my old phone, but it keeps them quiet for right now. So I got Rams right now is cash. So far, I think that's all I have right now. Oh yeah, 49ers. 49ers stack. Rams stack for right now. So yeah, Bijan just looks like a spot where I think you have to look at. Just for the sake of just the sake of the win situation. I would give some just get a line with him. I'm not saying go crazy with him. Like I said, I like Karen Williams. I like Karen Williams, even Derrick Henry. So you got Karen Williams, Derrick Henry, boom, that's your lineup. You know what I mean? That's your running back lineup. Go, cool. And then go to the next one, right? So those are like my top three guys is McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and Karen Williams is my top three guys I will more likely have in my lineups. I don't really see many other spots I want to look at. Alvin Kamara, I just don't like his price. He's still in the 8,000 range. He should have did damage against Carolina last week, especially without Taysom Hill. Like, now it's to the point where I'm like, okay, you can't blame Taysom Hill now. I thought with Taysom Hill being out last week, playing Carolina, I thought he'll go crazy. And he only had 13. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do with him. But he's in another good spot against Giants. They give up 114 rushing yards, 24 fantasy points to the position. Now, Kamara, he's averaging around 20 fantasy points a game. 6 touchdowns, three touchdowns in the last 4 games. I mean, I think you still have to look this route plan. I mean, I just feel like he's the only guy I like here for the Saints. I mean, Giants, I don't really see much from the Giants. I already liked Barkley last game. I had him as my top guy, so he did well. I think that was the primetime game. So all I had was Barkley in that game, but I feel like this is a spot where Kamara could do damage. He did have a 28 fantasy point game. That was week 13 where he played the Lions. So he's in another game script where it could be all him this weekend. So, I mean, 8,600. I guess if you want to fade McCaffrey price tag, you have Kamara as another valuable spot. What happened to Kamara? I don't know. That didn't happen. It's just, I guess, the play calling. I mean, he had a touchdown. I had him for a touchdown. I mean, I just assume without Taysom Hill, right? He's a vulture, right? He likes to take away on the red zone and goal line plays. So with him being out, I thought he'll be more of a factor. You know, I didn't think he'll be only 13, especially going against Carolina. But he's going against the Giants, and they give up to the running attack as well. I still say you have to have some type of play with him. So I'm gonna plug him in at cash. I mean, if you can't fit him in, McCaffrey in, I think you could go the route with Kamara. At cash, but those are my spots. I don't really think I have any more guys, especially for value wise. I don't know if I have anybody value wise on running backs. I think Aaron Jones is back. He was limited in Thursday practice, day to day. I mean, but he's dealing with that sprained MCL, so I'm not gonna think you have to go that route. AJ Dillon, they're both questionable. You got 2 questionable running backs. He said the head coach needs to go. Somebody gotta go. That's all I know. Somebody has to go. All right, so HN on the injury watch list. We got A. Jones. You have Dillon, questionable. But yeah, I think that's what I like here for the running backs. Sorry, I mean, I thought I'll have more value, but I feel like I don't have to go down too far. I think you're safe with McCaffrey, Henry, and Williams. I mean, Bijan is up in the air for me, but he should be in a good spot here against Carolina. But I think I'm done with that spot. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go to the receivers. Now, if you have any questions with running backs, let me know in the chat. We'll continue with running backs if you like to. But yeah, I think I'm done as of right now. But like I said in the chat, let me know in the chat if you have any questions with the running backs. Fantasy point wise, if you do your fantasy leagues, let me know in the chat who to start or whatnot, whatever you want to do. But let's get into the. All right, Pat's good. All right, that's all that matters, man. Pat, man, you hold it down with me. Appreciate you as always. I mean, it's good to talk to people, man. That good vibes, and then we like the cash, man. That's what it's all about. Okay, let's get to the receivers. All right, so we have CD Lamb. Like I'm iffy about CD Lamb. Like I said, I'm not sold on Dak. I don't trust Dak here. I'm not paying $9,200 for CD Lamb. So I'm going to pass. I'm not paying. And y'all know, man, like there's certain people I'm not going to pay up for, right? For instance, I'm not going to pay up for, CD Lamb over 9,000. Never again I'm paying up 7,000 for a Thielen. I'm not doing that no more. Who else is in my radar for not paying up? Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. Anybody that's 8,000 and up, not going that route with. This is one of those plays where he's a cash spot, but he's iffy. Like I feel like the total. I mean, 50.5 is a big deal, right? It's a big deal. I can't trust it, but I have him as a favorite spot just because like he should do well. Like it should be a shootout. I just can't trust Dak on the road. Now, if they were playing at home, I'm more likely like, yeah, plug in your Cowboys. You got Jake Ferguson in play. Like, got a nice little stack with Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak, right? But I don't trust Dak on the road. And I guess I might be shown wrong here. Like, I could be wrong. I just can't trust Dak in this spot. So, I'm not going that route. I feel like it's just a red flag for me. It's a red flag when you have a CeeDee Lamb that's 9,200. Like, big red flag. Yeah, like, he's just too expensive. Like, we hear CeeDee Lamb, I'm not paying 9,000. If you see Tyreek Hill, yeah, you won't pay 9,000 Tyreek Hill. Like, but CeeDee Lamb, now they know that the ceiling is viable. Like, the ceiling is, like, he could have a 20-plus ceiling, right? 30-plus ceiling. That's if Dak does well, right? So, I would say I apologize if they ball out. If they ball out this game, I say I apologize because this is going to be Dak's like true it's going to be his true game where obviously he's in the whole talks with MVP, all these talks about MVP. If he does well against Buffalo at Buffalo, then yeah, we're going to have a discussion about him being an MVP candidate, right? But he hasn't played nobody. Like, he played the Niners and we killed him. Killed him. He only does well playing. I mean, he's only doing good playing his division, right? The only games he's been balling is against his own division. I guess the other game was Seattle, but outside of his division, he's not MVP caliber. So this is gonna be a game where if he does well at Buffalo, you gotta give him his flowers, right? After this game. So I would say I'm gonna fade him, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ball out. They should ball out. I just know he doesn't play well on the road. So for me, it's more of a red flag for me. So I'm gonna stay away from it. And then on top of that, you got everybody priced up like CD Lamb. So I'm gonna pass it. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm gonna pass it. I'm not even gonna have him as a watch player. I'm gonna pass him. Let's see who else. So you got Debo, 77. I mean, he's up there, right? I mean, I could pay up. I could pay up for Debo. Like, I'm so happy they're utilizing him to his capability. I'm glad that they didn't wait till he was like an option to be traded, because I just felt like when McCaffrey came on a team, he was isolated from the game script. So I'm glad that they opened up the offense to let him shine. So love Debo Samuel, obviously a cash play, but man, 37 and 39 in the last two games. And he's playing Arizona. They give up 167 receiving yards, but we know how he is. He could attack you from the pass, and also with the fancy, unique running games that they allow him to do. So yes, I think Sam's a great play for the sake of cash. But he's one of the guys you definitely look at. Last time he played at Arizona, he had 27 fantasy points. He had 16 and 27. I'm sorry, 16 and 22 in the last two games at Arizona. So for his price point at 77, you do want him to be around 20 plus fantasy points. I think he could get that in this game script. So I do have Debo as a cash spot. I've been playing Debo. He's been smashing. I mean, I'm just so happy, man, that we didn't waste talent, man. I just felt like they were going to put him as a trade situation in the offseason. But I'm so happy like they got him involved in the offense. So do like him here. I'm gonna go put him as a cash spot for receivers. I mean, obviously, 7,700 for Debo. It's not ideal, but he does deserve that price tag. We gotta look into Tyreek Hill. He said out of walkthrough practice, it says Tyreek Hill ankle non-participant for the team's walkthrough practice on Thursday. He has yet practiced after tweaking his ankle on Monday night's loss to the Titans. So got a link to that with Tyreek Hill injury list. Let's put his ass on there. Tyreek Hill. But yeah, if he plays, I think he should go this route with Tyreek. Now, playing against the Jets is iffy. They don't allow much. And you'd be surprised, but they only allow 101 receiving yards to the position. So the Jets, their defense definitely being outshined by the awful offense, which it sucks because as a defensive player, you're doing everything you can to keep the game close, and the offense just constantly 3 and outs every time. So I can understand how frustrating it is as being on defense for the Jets, but yeah, not ideal for Tyreek in this spot for this weekend. Let me see who else is a good spot to look at. Look at this list. Got my guy Puka Nacua. He is my cover guy for this weekend. All right, we had DJ Moore as my cover guy last. He balled out of control. And let's keep it rolling with these cover guys, man. These cover guys have definitely been shining this week. I mean, for each week. So I'm grateful on that. But man, I think Puka Nakua is a lock in my opinion in this game script. Like I said, against Washington, they give up the pass like crazy. Almost 200 receiving yards to the position. He's averaging 22 fantasy points at home. This is an ideal spot for him. He's averaging almost 22 fantasy points at home as well. And yeah, like I said, Washington's bottom tier, bottom of the barrel against the pass attack. So Puka Nakua, 7,300 to me is a lock. I gotta go this route for him. He's cheap enough to stack in your line. Thanks, Pat. We're gonna cover guys. The cover guys have been shining, but I wish I could see that in every position. I wish I could do that, man. I'm trying to get to the point where I can see each position being a cover guy. I want to. That's kind of how I want to move now. Is like if I have a cover guy for each position, what would it be, right? So far, if I'm looking at QBs, I would say Stafford. Running back position, I'll say my cover guy would be Derrick Henry. Receivers is Nakua. But once you get to tight end, I think Kraft for Green Bay is my guy. So I'm trying to get to a point where each position I got to lock at. You know what I mean? I just want to keep it simple but effective. That's kind of how I want to move lately. But yeah, I think Puka is the guy to go for at receiver. And we're going to stay on this same game because there's another guy I love here for value. Hopefully he balls out like how OBJ did for us. But yeah, Nakua is the lock. Another guy I want to look at is for value. It's DeMarcus Robinson. Now you might look at me like, who is DeMarcus Robinson? Let's go down. Let's go down the list, shall we? There he is. He's $3,600. He's 56 on FanDuel. He had 10 targets last week, 14 fantasy points. He had 16 with 5 targets the week before. This could be a little gem spot. DeMarcus Robinson, I'm not sure why he's going crazy, but against Washington with a horrible pass attack. You want to be. They're so vulnerable to where I can see him shining again. He had 2 back-to-back. I guess he had back-to-back touchdowns, so it might be a spot where he get a touchdown again. I don't know, but $3,600 in a game script where I could see Stafford going crazy, giving Robinson another. I think he's red zone. Yeah, he had 2 red zone touchdowns, so keep that in mind. He had 2 red zone touchdowns. This could be another spot for another red zone touchdown. I'm going to go for value. It's going to be DeMarcus Robinson. He's going to be the gem play of the week. Alright, he might not do well, but I have high hopes for him. Former Chief, yes he is. Yeah, keep him in mind, man. I think he's in a good spot here, especially being a red zone threat in the last 2 weeks. But we need some value. That's what we have to find value, right? This is where we see it. We gotta attack it. You know, not saying lock them in every line. I'm not saying that. I would never say that. Don't lock them. I never say lock everybody in your lineup. But one thing about me, I don't put too many lineups. I might put like maybe 5 or 6 lineups, but I would never tell you to lock everybody in the lineup. I like to keep the pool small to where you could put your eggs in different baskets. That's kind of how I move. So when I give you a player pool, use these players and put them in different lineups to where if one lineup crashes, you have another one still floating. You know what I mean? That's how we move. So That's why we have a player pool, so you can spread your wings, spread your eggs, and hopefully you land on the island, right? Have your own island, right? This is what we try to do. So, Demarcus Robinson is a gem play in my opinion for value to wherever you need it. You need somebody under 4,000. Keep him in mind. All right. Let's go to another play. Let's go back up top. Okay, I think there's the only guy I really like here at value. DeMarcus. All right, let's get back on track. Like I said before, with the whole Jordan Love, I do like. I mean, I was all over Jaden Reed last week, but I'm on. What's his name? Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs is in a good game script, playing at home, playing against Tampa. Give up almost 195 receiving yards. Romeo Doubs in a great spot here. They allow 40 fantasy points to the position. He has 13.8 fantasy points at home, 7 touchdowns for the season. So I'm going to go Romeo Doubs for value. He's 53 on Draftkings, 64 on FanDuel. So I'm going to go this route with Romeo Doubs. Nice little value spot. I'll say he's GPP. I see a good spot for Dobbs. I think he's one of those plays where he could get overlooked at. I do have to keep in mind with the injury news. I think Christian Watson is back. He is questionable, so I gotta double check that. So they say he's unlikely to play in week 15. So if he's out, I definitely want to lock in Dobbs. But obviously Christian Watson could be a factor. He's 4,800 playing Tampa. So let me double check on that. He says he's unlikely to play. He did have a crazy game against the Chiefs. He had 27 fantasy points at home against the Chiefs. Christian Watson. So if he's out again, I definitely want to lock in Dobbs. Yeah, he definitely could be sneaky. So let's keep him on the list. Of course, if things change, I will try my best to go back on the video and do like a pinned comment on my video of any changes with the news. I do appreciate Pat, man, when you let me know about Lamar and his questionable tag. But like I said, it's teamwork, man. That's what it's all about. But I'll try my best. If Christian Watson's out, I'll try my best to where all these questionable tags that are on this video, I will update it if they're out or not, or if they're playing. I'll try my best to do that because I do definitely think that helps with locking in your plays. Because like for instance, if Achane is out, I think you have to go Mostert, right? But if he plays, then I'm more likely going to look at Achane. For instance, Jones or Dillon, if one of them out, then obviously it opens up the volume. Tyreek Hill, Watson. So, but yeah, Watson, he's definitely gonna be a spot where if he says he's questionable, but also on the news it says that he's unlikely to play. So if he doesn't play, because he has a hamstring issue, if he doesn't play, then I will definitely be targeting Dobbs. I already like Love here, so I think it'll be a nice sneaky spot for Green Bay. That's why I meant to put favorite stacks. GPP, I think GPP will be Green Bay. Green Bay will be a good GPP stack. All right. So I will definitely look into that news. Anybody else I'm on? Maybe Jontavion Wicks. Only, I don't know. Jontavion Wicks. He also was the guy that they brought in when Watson was out, but he hasn't. He only had 4 fantasy points against the Giants last game. So, but against Tampa, man, Tampa is one of those teams where any of these guys could go off on. So Jontavion Wicks is 4,000. If Watson is out, I will look at Wicks. I will look at Wicks. He's a guy where he will get volume, obviously, if Watson's out. Brandon Cooks is questionable. I'm not sure why. What happened to him? He got bounced back. Looked to bounce back week 15 against the Bills. I guess he's okay. So Brandon Cooks, 5,200. He's in a good spot, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Brandon Cooks do well here. I just want to go down, cross my T's. We got Cup. 7,800 for Cup is not bad. But I'd rather have Nakua for 73. Just I like Nakua's ceiling better than Cup. Diggs is obviously a cash. If I was talking about Allen doing good here, I mean, you have to say, you have to look at pairing up with. I might go Gabe Davis though. I like Gabe Davis at home. He's been playing better at home. I might say Gabe Davis. 5,500 for Gabe Davis to me is intriguing here. I'd rather pay down here for Gabe. He has been off and on, but man, like the trends is saying for me like play him. I guess he got a snap decrease. I'm not sure what's going on here. He is a boomer bust. He is a boomer bust play, but I think I like Gabe Davis better at home. If I'm looking at the game script, I think he only had 2 targets, but then again he had 26 fantasy points, 12 targets the week before that. Like he's iffy, but I think that was a home game. Gabe Davis, no, he played Philly at Philly. He had 25 fantasy points at Philly. He had 23 against Tampa. He had 25 against Jacksonville. He had 21 against the Raiders. And all those games were at home. So he actually got he has a better ceiling at home. So I'm going to go, if I'm looking at a high game script, I'm going to go Gabe Davis here. I think Gabe Davis is a good spot for value. But he has a great ceiling, so he's one of those guys that he could go off 20 plus here. If we're looking for Allen to do well at home, I think you have to go Gabe Davis as well. I think Gabe Davis has potential to be low owned and with a high ceiling and a high implied total, right? So I'm gonna go that route. All right. Is there anybody else at receivers that we should look at? Let me know in the chat. I'm pretty much done. I think I'm pretty much done here. I'm just going through anybody that pops up for me, but I'm pretty much done here. I'm trying to just make sure I cover everything. Marquise Brown, he's questionable. I'm not sure what's going on with him. Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown, questionable. What's going on with Marquise Brown? Heel injury. Back at practice Thursday. Non-participant on Wednesday session coming off of team's bye. He's dealing with a heel injury in the previous weeks before the bye, but was able to play. Although he left week 13, he didn't catch a single pass on only 3 targets. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that route with Marquise Brown. Now I do like another value spot. I do like Curtis Samuel. Like if we're looking at maybe Sam Howell could be a factor here against the Rams. I mean I don't know. I just see a lot going on where he has to throw the ball. I think he's gonna have to throw the ball in this matchup against the Rams. I feel like the Rams are gonna be. It could be 21-3, 21-3 in halftime. I think Curtis Samuel is a spot for value for 4,600. I was always looking at Dotson, but Dotson's more of the deep routes. I think Curtis Samuel could be effective here in short screens, slots. Curtis Samuel could be a factor for value. I like this price tag, 4,600. If you want to play the opposite side of the field, I think you have to look at Curtis Samuel. I mean, that's kind of how the correlation is, right? Like, if you're going to play one side, who would you play on the opposite side? I think Curtis Samuel is that guy to look at. He's averaging around 11 fantasy points. Went away. It's kind of iffy. He did have 22 against the Cowboys, 10 against Miami. I think I'll go with this play for value is Curtis Samuel if you need value here. I think Curtis Samuel's that play. Then we'll go Curtis Samuel. Value. We need value somewhere, right? I think we got to find value. So I think after Marcus Robinson, I think you can go Curtis Samuel. Alright, any other cash spots, I guess you could say. I guess you could say Diggs. I mean, he's priced down. Stephon Diggs. Yeah, I'm going to put 8,400 for Stephon Diggs. So I'm going to put Stephon Diggs at cash just for the sake of the video. I mean, if you're looking at high implied, Diggs. I would say CeeDee Lamb. I might have to put him on. I know for a fact I'm not playing him. I'm not going to play CeeDee Lamb. Maybe because I hate Cowboys. But I have respect for the Cowboys. I don't like them, obviously, the whole history against the Niners, of course, but I'm not against them. I'm not against Dak. You know what I mean? But I know how Dak plays. He's a quarterback he's like a Mahomes, right? He just plays better at home. Like now, if Cowboys have home field advantage in the playoffs, they're gonna be a problem. Like I guess that's the goal, is to have the Cowboys have home field advantage. But if they lose this game against the Bills, hopefully we'll have home field advantage. I think we're 10-3, and they're 9-3. What's the ranking right now? What's the NFC side? I could have sworn we're 10-3 NFC standings. Yeah, I think they're we're 10-3. Cowboys. See, Cowboys are 10-3 too. So it's like if Cowboys lose, I think they're gonna lose this game. But if Cowboys gets home field advantage, we're going to have a problem. But I think we'll hold it down. I think and have y'all seen the whole conspiracy with the last three Super Bowls? That was pretty interesting. Like how the color of the logo represents the teams that played in the Super Bowl. That was real interesting. I'm not sure if y'all seen it, but uh, he said Niners have home field advantage right now. I don't see them losing it. Yeah, we shouldn't lose at all. But have you seen it, Pat? Like the logos and the conspiracy with the logos. Let me show you. This is crazy. Conspiracy. Three Super Bowls. Like the last three Super Bowls, the the fact that the logos, the color of the logos represents the teams. Like check this out, man. This is crazy. So as you can see, you see this? I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me see. See it on the live stream. Yeah, ain't that crazy? Like it makes it actually like make you think, right? Like how the Bengals, LA Rams color, and then you have the green and red for the Chiefs. And then look, we have the Niners and the Ravens logo right here. Like, hey, not saying, hey, something to think about. We all know NFL is entertainment, right? So why not? Let's get our, we need our revenge against the Ravens anyway, right? Shoot, we need this anyway. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know we had. Actually didn't know the logos, like the color logos and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'm done. Let me know who else is on your radar for today. Like Mac Evans, he had that dud, but we know that's not going to be like back to back, right? Maybe Evans could bounce back here against the Green Bay. Like if you're looking the opposite side of the match, maybe Evans is the play, but now Godwin is questionable. He's always questionable. Now if Godwin's out, this might be a spot where we look at. It says he misses practice due to knee injury. This is a new injury for Godwin that has picked up during the Week 14 win against the Falcons. His practice status the rest of the week will be worth watching. I mean, if he's out, maybe Trey Palmer could be a fact. Let's put in Godwin, because it does open up for Mike Evans. So Godwin's, he's always hurt, man. Sucks to see. He's definitely a great talent, but sucks to see Godwin, man, struggling with the injuries. All right, let me just scroll down to. I do like Chris Olave, but he's still questionable. If he's playing, I gotta play. I think Chris Olave was out again Thursday, second straight practice. I like this spot for him too. He's 7,100 going against Giants. Give up the 171 yards to the receivers. I love Chris Olave here, man. If he's out, but he should play. But if he plays, 7,100 for Chris Olave. I like this spot for him here. He's in a great matchup. All right, let me go Olave. Let's plug him in. All right, the list is getting to. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna put Chris Olave. I love Chris Olave. He should play. And he's in a great matchup. So I like Chris Olave. He has potential to have 100+ yards in this matchup against the Giants. So I love Chris Olave is in a great spot here. All right, I'm trying to look up Mike Evans. I don't know about Evans. He's 75, but I'd rather go Chris Olave at 71. I'd rather go Debo, 77. So there's other plays I like here, but let me know what y'all think. I think I'm done with the. I'm done with. I think I'm done here. All right, let's go to the tight ends. I think we get a lot of good value for tight ends. We got to find value. I didn't think the Njoku was gonna go crazy last week. He had over. It's good to see. I mean, it's good to see him do damage. It's good to see him do damage though, but I did not see him get like 20 plus on that. All right, let's get a couple guys here for tight ends. I mean, you got Chig on Conwu. He's 29, 10, 9, 9 in the last 3 games. I mean, Houston's one of the teams you want to target against the tight ends. They give up 66 yards to the tight ends, 18 fantasy points. Are they playing home? No, went away. I mean, Chig, he's been getting the looks here. He's averaging 7 fantasy points at home. I like Chig for value. It means 2,900. He is 5,000 on FanDuel, but just for the values standpoint. All right, thanks, Pat. You said like the receivers. I think we're good with receivers. Yeah, I think we're good with that one. I do like Chig here on Conwu. He's been playing good at home. I'm going to just put him for value. I don't really know. I don't see him for crazy. You never know, but I like the value here. For Conwu, 2,900. We got Trey McBride going against our Niners. I don't know. I don't know about that. He's been real quiet lately. He's been effective. I ain't gonna say quiet. He's been quiet that he's been out of the radars, but he's been producing lately. I'll give him that. I'll say another spot. I do like Tucker Kraft for Green Bay, like I mentioned before. I do like the spot for him. Like I said, Tampa's one of the worst teams against tight ends. They give up 67 receiving yards. 15 fantasy points allowed. 21 fantasy points allowed. Went away. I do like Tucker Kraft for Green Bay. I think he's a great spot hit for value. He's only 3,000, but I mean he has the potential to have a great game, be an optimal play. I mean, I already like Green Bay as a great stack here for GPPs. I think it's a good spot for Kraft. I like the play here. I think he'll be a nice GPP play as Kraft. I like that spot for him. Njoku against Chicago. I don't know against Chicago. I think he's been a cash. I mean, he's been effective in the sense like that's been Flacco's scapegoat. I mean, 27 last week is impressive. I mean, he can still hit you with like 11-ish. And Chicago, they do give up 46 receiving yards, but they do give up around 14 fantasy points a game. They give up 19 went away. So I'll say cash in the Njoku. I mean, it seems like that's his favorite receiver, right? So I'm not gonna say fade him. I think he's a good spot again this week. Kittle, 58 for Kittle against Arizona. We know Arizona's team to also target against. I feel like he was robbed a touchdown. He didn't get a touch. He did get a touchdown last week. It was that one game. I think it was the Eagles. He was robbed a touch. He should have got a touchdown that game. But going against Arizona, I'm not sure if he was real effective. He had 24 last time at Arizona. He had 2 touchdowns that game. I think Kittle's another is a cash spot for Kittle. Uh, just in the sense of how they play. They like to share the rock around. They like to get everybody they shine. So it could be another spot for George Kittle. The fact that he had 2 touchdowns last time against Arizona at Arizona is something to look at. Dawson Knox. I'm not sure about him. Kelsey is whatever. I don't think it's another good spot, especially playing the Patriots. I don't know if you should go that route. Yeah, last time he played against the Patriots was 2019. I might have to stay away from that. Like I said, like Jake Ferguson could be a spot here. Um, it really boils down. Like I said, it really boils down to Dak, man. It really does. Um, if Dak balls out, man, it's like I knew he. If it's like I ain't gonna say I knew it, right? I just know his his potential. Like I know what he can do, but when he's on the road, it's gonna boil down to Dak on this one. But Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, they're in a position where if he balls out, they're gonna eat. So I'm gonna just put them. I'm just gonna put them in there because I feel like it's one of those spots where they should do. He should. It's gonna be a. It's gonna be a challenge, right? It's gonna be that challenge. Like, okay, is Dak really what he say he is, right? Is Dak that dude right now? And this is one of those matchups that's going to prove it because that's why I'm kind of on the fence with it because I'm like he proved it when he played the Niners. Like when he played us, I'm like yeah he is what we thought he was, right? So now he has another matchup where he has to prove himself again. So that's why I'm saying like if he balls out here, then yeah he is in the race for MVP. You got to give him that. But when he played us, I'm like if Dak finished strong, I have to admit he could win MVP, even though weeks. Yeah, you're right, but like I said, these are the teams that he has to beat, right? Like the Niners, the Bills. Like he got to play these elite teams to prove, like, yeah, I am this dude. But when you're playing your division, I'm like, dude, you're playing the Giants. You lost to the Cardinals. Like, come on, man. Like you lost to the Cardinals. You beat Seattle outside your division, but all he played was Philly, Giants, Commanders. You're not showing us anything. So, if he does well here, you gotta give him his props. So, like I said, I have to put Lamb in there. I have to put Ferguson in there because if he does eat, like I said, it's a high implied total in this matchup to where you have to see that if he's trying to keep this game close. Yeah, he has to beat elite teams. Yeah, he has to. So even if they, but I mean, even if they lose, yeah. Like even if he lose, like if he keep this game close, and then yeah, you have to look at you have to give him his props. All right, so I think I'm done with the tight ends. There's not much else. No, I knew what you mean, Pat. Yeah, I knew what you mean on that. I think I'm done on that end. I think it's no one else I really think I'm looking at on tight ends. Dolphins, I don't. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we kind of knew they're gonna lose if Tyreek was out, right? Am I tripping? I mean, Tyreek is that effective, right? And it kind of pissed me off about how the Chiefs try to play him, because it was that effective. I mean, but don't get me wrong, like they did win the Super Bowl without him, but it shows how effective he is on the field. Like just the fact that he's lined up with the guys, you have to take consideration with Tyreek. So him not playing, or was he hurt? Oh, I'm sorry, he was hurt. He got hurt, but it just shows like. I mean, it just shows like how effective he is. But when he's not on the field, then I mean, these are the type of results we got, right? But yeah, I mean Tennessee. I mean they were down 14 points, right? They were down 14, so it's kind of like yeah. I mean the defense is mediocre on that. And then did Tua get hurt? Am I tripping? Maybe I didn't watch the game. But Tua, I don't know what Tua did. Alright, so we're done with that. Let me go to... We got some good timing today. We got good timing. Let's go to the defense. Alright, so top defense. Got Dolphins against the Jets. I think that's a good spot playing at home. I think that's a great play. I don't think Zach is gonna do what he did last week. I think he's gonna get murdered by the Miami defense at home. Thanks, Chief. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Position plays. I think Dolphins is cash, but it's definitely viable here. I think you have to play Dolphins. I don't believe in the whole Zach Wilson this week. He should get beaten up to pulp this week. I do like Bills defense. They're 2,400. And just the fact that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't... Just for the sake of Dak, right? Playing on the road. I think the Bills defense is GPP. Like, they're 2,400. Like, I'm telling you, man, like if Dak doesn't impress me, which I think he's not going to, the Bills defense is going to eat. They're going to get like 15 plus fantasy points. They might get interceptions to galore here. Yeah, I just think Dallas on the road. I'm gonna go Bills. Bills is gonna be value, obviously, but GPPs. I'm gonna just keep them at GPP. I think Bills defense for 2,400 is too. I mean, they should be 2,400, but they're expecting Dak to just go crazy. They expecting him to keep the game close. I think he gonna throw interceptions. He gonna get sacked, maybe fumbles. I don't know, but I see a bad game for Dak. And like I said, I see both sides. Yeah, Bills defense get a pick six. I mean, they're playing at home, man. Like we understand like how big like the magnitude of the Bills playing Cowboys at home. Now, if the Bills were playing away, I could see that being okay. Let's look into this a little bit more. But I see more of an upside for the Bills. I see the defense going crazy. So don't play it again, La. Don't play the music. Please don't play the music. Can't hear myself. So just for the sake of value, I gotta go Bills. 2,400 for Bills. Cause I see more of a trap play for him. I see a trap play for Dak. There's no reason why CeeDee Lamb 9,600 for CeeDee Lamb. I can't do that. Let's see who else is in play. You got Rams defense. They could be a big factor here against Washington. Where is Rams? Yeah, Rams defense 3,100 is not bad for Rams. There you go. Hey Pat, you hit it on the nail, man. It must win for Buffalo, and will be a playoff atmosphere. 100%, bro. Like, yes, you're right on that, man. I'm going to pin that message up top. I pinned your message up top, man. If you don't see it, I pinned. That's facts. I just feel like, I'm telling you, man, Dak is What did we say? Dak is like a Tony Romo 2.0. So he does all this just to fall short. Going, you know what I mean? I mean, who knows? But I definitely see that's all. Yeah, Rams. I like Rams here against Washington. I mean, Washington could get slammed here, so I'm gonna go positive. I'm gonna go Rams defense. I like Rams in general. I think the Rams is a great stack overall, but I like them all together. See that? I say Rams, cash. Giants defense against New Orleans. Niners. I mean, 49ers against Arizona could be a factor. I mean, that's obvious cash play. Where we at? We're playing at Arizona. 4,400. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't see nobody other than McBride that could be a problem for Arizona. But favorite stacks. I'm gonna put Niners up there. I ain't put too much up there. Too many. I ain't trying to put too many defense up there. But hey, Texans defense against Tennessee? No. Oh no. No, never mind that. Never mind. Titans, Panthers, Falcons defense maybe against Carolina. At Carolina. Maybe the Falcons defense. I mean, cause I don't trust Bryce. I don't think anybody trusts Bryce. Falcons defense. What, 3,600? I put Falcons in there. So you got Rams, Dolphins. Love Dolphins. I think it's a lock for the Dolphins. And Falcons. I think Falcons is a good spot. I think Bills is just a GPP overall. I just don't trust Dak. So I'm going to play Bills for value. But I think I'm going to have a lot of Dolphins lineups against Zach. I think they're going to eat him alive. They're gonna make him, man. He gonna question it being a starter again. So I'm gonna go definitely Dolphins at home. All right, I think we're done, man. I think we're done. We got a nice little stream in an hour 30 minutes. That was probably the fastest I did one, but we did pretty damn good. We got some great plays. Let's go ahead and make a lineup. That was a fast stream. Yeah, it was. Sure was. But hey, we got some. Hey, we're getting better. We're getting better at it, man. I think before, remember the other streams when I didn't even did research prior, and then I'm actually doing research while streaming. That's when it gets long, like 3 to 4 hour stream. Like when I'm like, oh, I'm right with y'all. Like the music in the background earlier. Yeah, that's my transform music. Yeah, that's when I transform the screen. That's when I get my little. Yes, sir. All right, let's get this going. Let's get a nice little lineup in. All right, let's figure out. Let's get a lineup in. All right, let's do one with the Dolphins defense. Let's do one with Stafford. Oh, they got a good one now. Hold on. Yeah, let's get Matthew Stafford line. Let's lock him in there. Let's lock in Karen Williams. Let's lock in Puka Nakua. And do like the Rams defense. But let's, for the sake of the video, let's put Dolphins in there. I'm going to do one with the Rams defense too, but just for the sake of the video, I like the Dolphins defense a lot. Alright, let's generate another lineup. Okay, so we got Stafford, Derrick Henry. Like that a lot. Bijan, Dobbs, Nakua, Nick Westbrook. They got him in there. There's something that they see that I don't see. Let's throw in DeMarcus for the sake of the video. 3,600. Let's throw his ass in there. Tight ends. Let's throw in Tucker Kraft. Okay, so they put Karen Williams in. Alright, so how much I have left? 400 left. Let's see if I swap out Dobbs. Who do I have other than Dobbs? I mean, you got Curtis Samuel. Let's see where you at. Oh, I like that a lot. 4,900. 49,700. You got Stafford, Derrick Henry, Bijan, Puka Nakua, Curtis Samuel, Demarcus Robinson. I got a lot of value here. Let's figure something else out. I feel like I got too much value. Let's take out Bijan. Let's put in Karen up top. Let's put Dobbs. I think he's a sleeper. Let's put him in there. Alright, we got 2,200 left. Gabe Davis. How much is that with Gabe? 49. That's a lot. I mean, sometimes you gotta be that different. I mean, let's see if I change up. What can I change up from tight end? I mean, I like this already. I mean, I like this line. I mean, it's only, I mean, I got 900 left, but I love the line. I don't have to pay all the way up to the, don't have to pay all the way up, but I love the line. Maybe change quarterbacks. Maybe put in like a, oh, hold up. What do I do one with Debo? Debo here. How much is that? Okay. Debo. And then maybe a Bills. Ooh, I like that a lot. Bills defense. I like that a lot. So we got Stafford, Henry, Williams, Puka, Dobbs, Robinson, Kraft, Samuel, Bills. We can also swap out Matthew with we can swap him out with Love. Ooh, I love that one. Love, Henry, Williams, Puka, Dobbs. That's a nice Green Bay stack. I love this one. That's a great stack. Great Green Bay stack here. Let's do one with Purdy. Let's try to put McCaffrey in there somehow. I don't know how, but let's figure this. So there's only 2,000 left, so we gotta find someone to take away 2,000. I don't want to give up Samuel, but if I was to give up Samuel, If we could put in Gabe, if I could get a Gabe in there, I think we go. I can't get Gabe. Damn. I was gonna get Gabe. If I could get Gabe. Man, who else was it? I could put in the egg guy in there. Get that chick and Conwu. Maybe swap Debo with Gabe. I got Gabe. Let's put Gabe in there. I mean, yeah, we can do that. We got Gabe. We still got, I think that's not bad. I mean, I feel like Gabe could definitely have a big game. We still got Conwu, which he could get like 9, 10 fantasy points. Dobbs in play. Nakua. You still got McCaffrey in there. I mean, that's McCaffrey line. I love that a lot, but I love the Jordan Love line. Alright, let's go to the next one. Let's go to FanDuel. Yeah, man, I think... Oh, Pat, you said, let me ask, you thought of doing NBA streams? Not really. Only reason why is because they play every damn day, and football is once a week. So for football, it just I can at least have time. Is a day in my I have a crazy life outside of here, but when I'm off, I have a day where I'm dedicated just to deal with football, and I don't have to do it for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? So NBA, I'm trying to get to the point where I could do videos for NBA like consistently, but it's so hard with my schedule. It's so hard for me to put out a NBA video consistently right now. But yeah, I would love to do NBA streams. But yeah, it's definitely a grind. Yeah, it's a grind, man. Like I have to do that every day, and I can't live stream every day for NBA. There's no way I could do that. But at least with football, I could just take one day of the week and knock out everything for, for Sunday. I would love to do NBA. I'm trying to get to a point to get back in the groove of it every day. But with my job, man, and trying to do that in the morning, and of course you got the injury news, and that's a whole nother grind when it comes to usage and trying to figure out who gets the usage with someone off the court and on the court. Yeah, it's a grind to cash in it, especially for me. Yeah, man, it's tough, bro. It's definitely tough. Yeah, I mean, if I can make this my one and only job, then hell yeah, I'll be on stream every day, right? I mean, that's the goal, right? But for right now, I mean, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm comfortable where I'm at right now. To give you these videos and stream when I can. But yeah, NBA is a whole nother grind, man. Definitely a whole nother grind. All right, let's get into FanDuel. Let's get a Green Bay stack is definitely a play I love here. Is a Green Bay stack. Karen Williams is 9,600 on FanDuel. That's up there. That's a pretty steep price, but I understand why. So, yeah. Jordan Love, Dobbs, Kraft. I don't need both of these tight ends. I just need one of them. I don't need two tight ends. There's no way I'm going to play two tight ends. A lot of people do two tight end stacks, but I can't. I don't see the ceiling. And I don't see the ceiling this week for two tight ends. It is, like, for instance, like last week was a two tight end. Like, you could have had Njoku and what's the other guy's name? Kyle Pitts. They were an easy optimal stack right there, but I don't know if I see it this week. I'm not saying it might be one this week. I just don't see it. Let's put Puka here for flex. Let's put Kraft. Let's get my Buffalo squad. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, Buffalo is not even bottom tier on FanDuel. See, that's why I be checking that shit out. How one platform have them bottom barrel, and then the other one have them, mid tier. Like, Bills is mid tier on FanDuel. They're not the best still, but I be seeing stuff like that. Okay, I don't even think I can make a line with this lineup. Dan Henry, 2,800 remaining. Yeah, I might have to get rid of Samuel on this one. Okay, who can I put in place though? 5,000 range. Do I have anybody up to 5,000 range? Nope. I think the only person I have is Robinson. 5,000 range. Okay, let me move this over. Let me put Nakua out of flex. Let me figure some shit out. So let me put Nakua in the receivers. Let's put him in the receiver. And let's try to find somebody in flex. Okay, let's try to find somebody in the flex side. It seems as if the only route you could go is 2 tight ends on FanDuel. Is there any other player? Stafford. Okay, let's go Stafford. Oh, he's 72. So that opens up some value. So Stafford. Okay. I'd rather have Stafford at 72 over 8,000 Jordan Love any day. So I'm more likely going to have a Stafford stack on FanDuel. I thought Jordan Love was cheaper, but he's actually more expensive. Ooh. Okay, so that opens up value. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's plug in both of these guys. So we're going to do one with Samuel. That should be easily. Yep. Let's save that in there. Stafford, Williams, Henry, Nakua, Robinson, Dobbs, Kraft, and then we do one with Gabe Davis. Love it a lot. It's probably my type of lineup right here. It's probably going to be this type of lineup as where I'm going on FanDuel. It just makes sense for me. But yeah, this is it for y'all. I appreciate Pat as always. He said, hey, I've been playing prize picks more. The NFL DFS, especially watching your streams. Appreciate you as always, bro. You're the brother from another mother, man. Thanks, bro. Appreciate everybody, man, liking and sharing the videos. And let's try to catch for week 15. I'm going to try to lock in for tonight's football, man. I'm going to call my wife while she's out. Grab me some, I might grab me a Coors Light. I'm going to tell her to grab me some Coors Light so I can watch the games for the night. And y'all be safe out here, all right? Love y'all. Peace.